Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to find books in the Louisville Library. So, we're imagining that you were just given a research assignment because if you're watching this screencast, you probably were. So, how are you going to find information about your topic in one of the books in our library? Okay, you could come into the library and start just looking through the shelves, but that might be a little bit daunting. You might not know where to start. So, what you're going to do is you start with the catalog. The catalog lists all the books in our library, and you can search them via topic or subject. This is all done online now, so it's called the electronic catalog or the e-catalog. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how you access the e-catalog, and there's a couple different ways to get there. All of them start through My Louisville. The first way would be to go to Resources, and then once you're there, you're going to look for the library page, the pretty bricks in the background of the picture. Scroll down a little bit, you see e-catalog, and of course we're Louisville High School, so you click there and you are in. Okay, a second way is if you are using a LibGuide for this assignment, which chances are good, then when you go to the LibGuide, there's probably a tab called Books. Click on that tab, and again, here's a link to the e-catalog, and you are in. And a third way is via the same way that you probably access the screencast. So I go back to my Louisville Groups, Library. I'm going to go to the topics pages, click on the topics about finding books within the Louisville Library, and here's a link straight to the e-catalog. Okay, so hopefully getting into the e-catalog is not too difficult. Once you're in the e-catalog, you need to start thinking about what are you going to use as your search term to find information about your topic. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to say, let's imagine that we are doing a research project on F. Scott Fitzgerald. He's the author of The Great Gatsby, which the juniors read in the spring. And let's imagine that we are doing a research paper about his life. So I'm going to type in Fitzgerald to keep it kind of broad, press enter, and here are the search results that come up. So there are 71 books in our library that the e-catalog thinks are pertinent to F. Scott Fitzgerald. Okay, the first one's called A Student's Guide to F. Scott Fitzgerald. Over here it says one of one available. That means we own one copy and it's available to you. No one's checked it out. So what you need to do is look for the call number, and that tells you where to find it on the shelves. So this call number is 813.09 FIT. Okay, so you're going to go to the shelves, look for the 800s, and they're all chronological. Notice that this one's also 813.09 FIT, but it's a different book. This one, same thing, 813.09 FIT, but this is another different book. So call numbers are assigned according to subjects. So that's why these books are all about F. Scott Fitzgerald and his writings. They all have the same call number. The nice thing for you is that means if you just go to find one book, so let's say, for example, you wrote down the title and the call number of this book, you go to the shelves and you find it. If you just look to the left and to the right of that book, if there are other books on the same topic or the same subject, they might very well be right there. Okay, so you save yourself a little bit of work. Notice these three books, The Life of F. Scott Fitzgerald, a biography, they all have a call number that starts with 92. 92s are always biographies. So if you're doing a paper on a person and you get a call number with a 92, you can probably guess that's going to be a useful book to you. You could go straight to the 92s and look for that biography. If you find a call number that starts with FIC, that means it's a fiction book. So, for example, this book is called The Price Was High, The Last Uncollected Stories of F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's fiction. Fiction isn't going to really be useful if you're doing a paper about his life, so we're going to skip that book. Don't even bother looking for it. Here's another example. Babylon Revisited and Other Stories, fiction. Don't even worry about finding that book. Another kind of book that we have, besides fiction, besides nonfiction, are reference books. So if I had started even more broadly, and I know F. Scott Fitzgerald was American, you read him in American literature, so maybe I just start with American writers. We have this really great anthology called American Writers, a collection of literary biographies. He's going to be in there. They're all arranged. I forget how many are in the series, but they're arranged alphabetically. So, like, for example, Philip Roth to whatever it goes to at the end, or Nelson Algren to David Wagner. You're going to look for the one that has F's for Fitzgerald and pull that one out. You can find them in the reference section with the call number, but the REF is what tells you it is a reference book. Reference books can't be checked out. You need to use them in the library, but you could photocopy them or take pictures of the pages with your camera and your cell phone, however is useful to you. But you really wouldn't want to check them out anyway, because reference books are usually really big, long, heavy anthologies, encyclopedias, and so on. Very good information, but not easy to bring home with you. Okay, so hopefully that gave you a good place to get started to find your books. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, you can come to the library and ask me or Mrs. Boyce. Your teachers are probably happy to help you as well. You can send me an email, and I hope you have fun exploring our library stacks.